We are driving through a gorge in a dramatic, arid landscape somewhere in a country which is a member state of the Council of Europe. There are 47 member states in the Council of Europe, but perhaps the least known and least understood is a country on the cusp of the religious divide between Christianity and Islam. This country is not Turkey, which is normally regarded as the gateway from Europe to Asia. Indeed, this country's border with Turkey is closed, as is its border with the Islamic Republic of Azerbaijan, another member of the Council of Europe. Confusingly, neither Turkey nor Iran are members of the Council of Europe, yet this country's border with Iran is open, and it welcomes thousands of tourists from Iran every year. Like Iran, this country adopted an official religion, but unlike Iran, it did not become a theocracy, and it adopted its official religion over 1500 years earlier. This religion was not Islam, but Christianity. In fact, this country was the first nation on earth to make Christianity its official religion. This country is Armenia.
Azmutyan joy desanein aysor surpes khachen loso jarakayt yok zartarya yevazakumen loso Աստվածային նշանի քո
We are in Republic Square, at the heart of the nation's capital, Yerevan. It's the end of the working day, and the square is bustling with people on their way home or on their way out for a night on the town. It is a country with few natural resources other than its people, and the Armenian diaspora has spread out through the Western world to create cultural icons ranging from Cher, of Sonny and Cher fame, and Kim Kardashian at the popular end of the entertainment spectrum, through Andrei Agassi in the sports arena to Sergei Lavrov, Russia's tough current foreign minister, whose father was Armenian. Not to mention Kurt Kerkorian, the US businessman who once owned the MGM film studio, Kalus Gulbenkian, the British oil millionaire and philanthropist of Armenian descent, and the Mikoyans. Anastas Mikoyan was a high-ranking member of the Soviet Politburo, and Artem Mikoyan designed the fabled MiG fighters for the Soviet Air Force. The tragedy of Armenia is that anyone who has got any get up and go has got up and gone. The reasons for this are not hard to find. The current capital, Yerevan, is situated on the edge of an arid mountain range with a harsh continental climate, 40 degrees centigrade in the summer and minus 20 degrees centigrade in the winter. It is one of the few places I have visited where, when the temperature outside is above 30 degrees centigrade, you can still have an ice-cold shower, due to the fact that the municipal water supply originates in the gorges of the 3,000-metre high mountains to the north. The harsh, treeless landscape surrounding the capital is misleading, for the vast valley between Yerevan and the mighty Mount Ararat to the south is a fertile plain where grapes, apricots and pomegranates grow in profusion. And it is Mount Ararat that provides a clue to Armenia's past, for it was on this biblical mountain that Noah's Ark came to rest. And not too many miles to the south, beyond Turkey and the troubled country of Syria, is the cradle of Christianity in the Holy Land. In pre-Christian times, the kingdom of Armenia stretched from modern-day Lebanon through Syria and eastern Turkey to the Caspian Sea. The history of Armenia stretches back into antiquity, about 6,000 years. Armenia has a sad and illustrious history of invasion from both east and west, but it reached its height as the most powerful kingdom east of the Roman Republic in the 1st century BC, during the reign of Tigranes the Great. By 300 AD, its capital was Vaghashabat, where the ancient Etchmiadzin Cathedral, first founded in the 4th century AD and considered to be the oldest cathedral in the world, still survives to this day. This is the spiritual heart of Armenia, and this is Sunday, when the faithful come to take part in the ancient Christian rituals of the Armenian Apostolic Church that have changed little over the last 1,000 years. In the mountains above Yerevan, in the spectacular setting of the Azat River Gorge, where the ice-cold water supply comes from, is the Gekhard Monastery. The name Gekhard is an abbreviation of the Armenian word Gekhardavank, which translates as Monastery of the Spear. But this is no ordinary spear. It is allegedly the spear that wounded Jesus at the crucifixion. Legend has it that the spear was brought to Armenia by the Apostle Jude, known in Armenia as the Apostle Thaddeus. The main chapel of the Gekhard Monastery was built in around 1215 AD. But according to tradition, the monastery was founded by Gregory the Illuminator in the 4th century. Today, it is a site for pilgrims. Part of the complex is underground, dug out of the rock face in the same way as the subterranean churches at Lalibela in Ethiopia at around the same time. complex includes a rock-hewn chamber dating from 1240 AD in an ancient cave that contains a spring. Pilgrims come to wash themselves in the waters of the spring, which they believe to be holy. Our travels through Armenia are almost at an end, but there is one place that captures the essence of Armenian history and its ancient Christian heritage more than any other, and that is where we are going now. This is Mount Ararat, the national symbol of Armenia and considered sacred by Armenians. But Mount Ararat is in Turkey. Below is the closed border between Armenia and Turkey, closed due to the genocide perpetrated on Christian Armenians, firstly by the Muslim Ottomans and subsequently by the Young Turks in the chaotic period surrounding the collapse of the Ottoman Empire and the First World War. Ironically, the founding father of the Turkish Republic, Mustafa Kemal, created a secular state to avoid any repeat of such atrocities in the name of religion in the future. A short walk from the border on the Armenian side is the Khor Virap Monastery, the iconic image of Armenia, and with good reason, for it was here in 301 AD that St. Gregory the Illuminator converted King Turdat III to Christianity, and thenceforward Armenia became officially the first Christian nation in the world.